What most CMOs get completely wrong about video. All right, so if you're head of a marketing department and you feel like you're wasting ad dollars, maybe not converting at a high enough rate, right? You're just not as optimized as you should be. Could be a few things, right? My name is Sam Splash. Let's walk through a few of them. Number one, you follow trends on the video. That's never good because when you follow trends, it leads to a very short shelf life, right? You may be listening to like social listening tools, right? You got software that kind of sees what's going on social media. It analyzes activity. You might be picking something up there and trying to make ads out of it. You might be picking something up from a social listening tool and try to make, organic content out of it. That's okay, right? You can get a little spike, but it's gonna that's gonna dip, right? So a lot of times you follow trends and it has a very short shelf life. Well, what happens is you guys don't have no other videos to supplement when that dip comes. So when the dip comes, you're like, okay, well, what do we do next? What do we do next, right? You're sitting there stuck and costs go up because you're not hitting all the time, right? You're constantly in troubleshooting mode, right? So again, don't follow the trends. You're gonna have a short shelf life. Follow the trends and then have something supplemental to back that, right? You need a strategy. It's not just, what's hot and what's trending, okay? Number two, you're not diversified. Not diversified, meaning you focus too much on one area, okay? You go all in, you're like, we're gonna spend on ads, we got all this marketing budget, we're gonna slam advertising. And you have nothing to warm the funnel, right? So when you go out there and you put all this effort into ads, right? And you get cold traffic, you spend all the money on advertising, and you go out there and bring traffic, right? You get these little eyeballs, right? You get traffic, you got traffic, you bring the traffic back, you bring it to a landing page that has nothing on it. So when these guys hit the landing page, there's not a lot of video, there's not a lot of show, there's not a lot of proof other than the one focus that you guys had. When they go out there and when they start checking your social channels, which they will, okay, because if they're interested, somewhat interested, they're gonna check your social channels. When they start checking a YouTube or a TikTok or LinkedIn, they're not gonna see anything, okay, or they're not gonna see anything that's gonna entice them, okay? So it might be not diversified enough. You went too much on advertising creative and you didn't have enough supplemental content, right? You didn't have any kind of handle objection kind of content. You didn't have any educational kind of content. You didn't have any product lifestyle stuff. You didn't show them how the product goes in their everyday life or how many applications does this product have in their life, right? You're not diversified enough. You focus too much on one area. When you talk about video, we're talking about an infinite ROI, meaning that little message that we shoot in video should be done so well you can use it all over the place. Every part of the funnel, in every business cycle, in every area of the business, right? Not just marketing, but other areas to improve sales, other areas to improve customer service or customer retention. You guys can use these in the follow-up. You guys can use these all over the place, okay? So when you focus too much on one area, you don't have enough content to supplement that, and then when everybody starts shopping and trying to dig and trying to really get, understand what they're buying, they don't have any content for that, okay? So make sure we're not too focused on one area. Number three, no video funnels. You don't have any video funnels, kind of like I just mentioned, right? When you go out there and get cold traffic, you bring them back, but you don't have a strategy for it, right? You don't have, when you go out there and you do something, right, that message on the ad should be congruent with where you bring them at, right? So if I bring them to a landing page, there's another video on that thing that further sells, right? Because the goal of the ad is just to get them to click to the landing page, right? So that message has to say something enough to intrigue somebody to say, you know what, this might be for me. I want to see what else is this about? Like I want to find out more, right? I want to learn more about something. So they hit the landing page, great. They're going to learn more. There might not be video there, right? You don't have the video funnel that sells them on the thing. If it's a product that we're advertising on the ad, there's no video to actually show the product off in a way where it's enticing enough for these guys to take action and buy something, right? Or they don't show it in a way where it's, really hitting what the demographic actually needs. And when I say what they actually need, I'm not talking about a surface level, right? I'm not talking about, very surface level statistics. I'm talking about deep, like the root issues of what they actually need, what this product actually solves. They're not seeing it, right? So you're not bringing them down that journey, right? If we got the funnel, right? And this is top of the awareness, top of the funnel, you got the ad. You're not bringing them down that journey enough with video, right? Because there should be a video to get them here, video here, video here, video here, and then to where they want to go, which is, an actual purchase, an actual transaction. So again, you can have video that further moves them along to a sale, okay? What do they need to hear and see about this product, about this service, about this software, about whatever, okay? So not having the right video funnels are gonna hurt you, okay? So use video in the funnel to push them down further in the funnel to get them closer to doing business with you, okay? Number 4, you missed the mark with your audience. Again, this is from when you miss the mark with the audience. Again, it's from not knowing the demographic enough, right? You lean on tools, right? But you don't really understand, right? You're not really studying the sales calls, because the marketing department and the sales department should be working hand in hand, right? So where there's fall off and there's no conversion that happened, and we brought people in the door, but there's fall off and nobody actually bought, where's that disconnect, okay? So the marketing team should be working hand in hand with the sales team all the time, whether you're, doing book calls and sales over the phone, or whether it's e-com or whatever. You want to understand where the fall off is, where the objections were, what didn't you handle, right? Why these guys didn't actually make a purchase, and then you can actually use that in the marketing material, okay? So when you miss the mark on the demographic and the audience, maybe you don't know enough about the audience, or maybe it's not deep enough research on the audience, or maybe you're not working with the sales team to figure out these things, or maybe you're not following up with surveys for past customers or people that didn't buy, right? There should be surveys going out all the time. So you might miss the mark with the audience, and you might not have the right data, number 1, or you missed the mark in the audience with the video, right? And you didn't have the video that spoke to the audience. Like we just did a lifestyle video for a jacket company, and really cool jacket. This thing has been a staple in the city for a long time. Everybody knows this jacket, but there was a story behind it, right? It's basically this girl gets in a car, drives to a place, and then meets this person, right? There was a story behind it, right? But that was just showing the lifestyle. So how do we show the lifestyle? The way this woman dressed, the way she carried herself, the music that we had, the cars that we had, all spoke to this demographic. We did not miss the mark on the demographic, and we backed it with the story, not just, showing, hey, this is photos and, or just having a video where it's just kind of showing off the product. We didn't do that. There was a story behind it, right? So it enticed people to watch, and then again, the audience was so intrigued because everything was native to the audience. That's the kind of car I'm used to driving. Oh, that's the car I wanted as a kid. These are the type of clothes I wear. That's the kind of oh man, I want that, right? I want that. I want what she has, right? I want to drive a car like that. I want to dress like she dresses. I want to have that confidence like how she has that confidence. Even the model spoke to her, right? It was the right demographic, where you're like, oh yeah, my cousin had a jacket like that, or you know what I mean? Like, so again, don't miss the mark on the audience. This is something that's always going to be tested. We're not always going to be testing, but we're always going to try to verify. We're always going to be constantly, getting feedback loops with marketing, and we want to make sure, am I saying the right things? Is my demographic changing a little bit? As they get older, are they changing a little bit? When I tap into new markets, right, with new messaging and new videos, am I learning enough about that demographic, right? So when I advertise or when I start doing full funnel strategies, I can actually speak in a native or in a language that's very native to them, in a visual way where it's native to them, okay? So that's missing the mark on audience. Number 5, this thing is just plain boring. It's just not fun to watch. There's no story behind it. There's no visual coolness. It just sounds like everything else, right? They get flooded with ads. I'm talking about your customer. They get flooded with ads all the time. It's just like, it doesn't stand out. It's not cool. There's no panache, right? There's nothing sexy about it. It just sucks. It's boring. You don't have anybody's attention, right? So like, or you put effort into a hook and it was a stuffy hook, or you didn't have the right people behind it trying to express it. Again, remember video, when it's all visual like this, communication, right? You know how this works, right? You got your brand, you got the demographic, and you connect them with messaging. Okay, you got to connect them with messaging. All of this is done with communication. You got to be a high-level communicator to start pulling off video that's really, really good, right? So if you don't have people in the office that can deliver that, if you don't have an agency that can deliver that, you need actors, you need people, you need somebody that can communicate at a very high level and start pulling emotion out of these guys to get your videos nice and sexy, right? What does a video need, right? It needs a lot of things, right? Depending on the demographic, but it still needs emotion. It still needs to be quality production, right? Sometimes you can get away with an iPhone, but it still has to have some kind of, at least be 4K, right? At least be color graded. At least have some good post-production, at least have some good lighting, right? I've seen videos do terrible with bad lighting, or have a story, right? You gotta have a story. I've seen videos that are poor lit do very well because they had a story, okay? So again, all these things, man, environment, actors, lighting, quality, post-production, and the story of it, like how you sell it, what you're selling, how you say it, what you're saying, the tone of it, the verbiage. Man, like have a story with the video. Have something good. Have it be different, right? Is it native to the platform, right? Are you shooting YouTube videos, or are you shooting a YouTube ad, but then you're trying to advertise the same ad on Facebook? It's different, right? It's not gonna work, okay? They're not used to seeing that type of content, or you didn't put it in a way where it's nice and natural. It stands out on that platform, right? So think about the platform, think about the user on that platform in addition to your demographic. It's not just enough, it's another layer of it, right? Again, this is communication. Great marketers are great sellers. You gotta understand people for this thing to work, right? So if you feel like you're wasting money because you're spending money on advertising that's getting low click-through rates, the video's not hidden, right? What are we doing? Let's go through the list. You don't have enough video, so when you pull them back, there's not enough video to warm that cold prospect, right? You're not converting enough, right? It's not becoming an infinite ROI when you do video production, right? So like, what are we missing here? So again, there's a lot that goes into video. If you can't just speak to your audience in a good way, and you're coming off very, very boring, you might be missing the mark on a lot of things, right? And all of these can attribute to being a boring video in itself, not to mention the way you storyboard, the way you're scripting this thing, or lack of script, or, somebody reading from a teleprompter that sounds very stuffy, or somebody just not native to the camera. Again, you have innate abilities. Everybody has their own innate abilities. Everybody has abilities that they've built upon. But the people who really shine, the people who really get things done on camera, I'm talking about messaging now, right? The people that deliver a great message are the people that have an innate ability to communicate, right? And then the masters have that innate ability that they built skills upon over their whole life. Okay, so if you guys need somebody around that to deliver these messages, if you guys are posting organic stuff, if you guys are posting advertising, if you guys want somebody's attention and you guys are spending money, you're getting low click-through rates, you got to change that. If you guys are spending money and you're getting feedback from your customers and they're like, yeah, I really didn't watch videos. I made a purchase for this reason. Why aren't they watching videos? I want all my customers to be like, yeah, I seen that one video and it was like, yeah, it really changed my perception on things. I've seen that other video where we get that all the time. Like, what made you buy? Well, first I seen the website you guys were speaking about. I seen the cool ad, and then I seen the website, and then I checked out your socials, and I seen a couple videos, and we're like, yeah, this company knows what they're doing. That's what we want to hear, right? Like, they just got warmed up. I just got validated that damn, my videos that we put time and effort and money into, those converted the prospect, right? The ad converted the prospect. The landing page, the video funnel, that converted the prospect. Okay, so it's a whole deal, right? Think how you use video is going to be very, very strategic. You need a strategy for this stuff. And video is the number one form of communication online. People got to trust you, right? Why don't they buy? They don't trust you. They don't trust you and they don't know you. How do you get to know somebody, right? Online. Video. Have enough content to warm them up. Have good advertising that gets their attention. And have like that brand affinity, right? To get somebody closer. Build the trust. They don't know you, right? Make some great ads. They start to know you. They don't trust you. Have content out there organically so they can binge on it. They can get to know you. They can get to build trust. This guy's gonna solve all my problems. Oh my God, I love this guy. Oh, he's speaking my language. Oh, he's just like me. Oh, he reminds me of my uncle. Oh, he's a good dude. People can tell, man, if you're just a genuinely honest person, if you're a genuinely good person, or if you're people, like whoever it is, from a brand story to a leadership role interview to anything around that, they're gonna see how you operate. Video is gonna tell the story of how you guys operate, what the culture's like in there. Do I wanna do business with them? Okay, so you need to think about all this stuff. It's not just, let's shoot some videos, let's follow some trends, let's look at social listening tools and see what's going on. Dude, it's not like that, okay? You gotta start using video as a strategic tool to sell and drive business, okay? When you're a $3 million company trying to crack to that $8 million company, this is what I'm talking about. When you're a $13 million company, you're trying to crack to a $50 million company, this is what I'm talking about, okay? So how do we be strategic with our video and use it as tools? I'm trying to use my tools that's available to me and drive the lever, right? I'm trying to just drive the bus. Let me push that graph up, okay? What's availability? What's my resource? And then let's lean into it. Video is gonna be your best friend when it comes to all that, right? When it comes to creative, when it comes to converting, when it comes to talent recruitment, leadership recruitment, people recruitment, okay? All this stuff matters, okay? So don't take this lightly. If you guys feel like you're throwing your money away, let's go down that checklist. Let's go down that checklist and make sure we're not throwing money away. Let's make sure our ads are getting high click-through rates, and then our conversions are happening a lot from video because we warm the prospect up. Hope that helps. If you guys need help, 415-888-9658. See you on the next one.